Hi and welcome to another head-to-head video. Thanks for watching, and if you're new to the channel, my name's Jesse and I hope everyone is having a good day. Right guys, who have we got going head-to-head in this video? Right, so in this video we have got Yorkshire tea versus Tetley tea. Now, everyone you speak to, I live in East Anglia, and even people around here say, well, it's got to be Yorkshire tea. Even my boy's coming around later today. He's bringing a drum kit round. He's now started drumming lessons and he's setting up a full drum kit in his old bedroom. I've always wanted to go on a drum kit. Dad get first go, eh? Anyway, he's coming around later to do that and we're going to watch the footy together. And he said, what are you doing today, Dad? I said, well, I'm doing the old Yorkshire tea versus Tetley tea. He said, well, that's a no contest, isn't it? I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, that's Yorkshire tea all day long. I went, really, is it? Right, well, we're going to find out. Now, so in these head-to-heads, I like to do a bit of history. So let's just put these to one side, get them out of the way. And let's have a look at the history. And then what I'm going to do after that, I'm going to get a load of gear set up on the table, boil a kettle, and we're going to do some taste testing. I'm going to do black tea, because that's how I have my tea, black tea, milk with no sugar, and milk with 2 sugars. I'm going to do them exactly, let's put the same amount of water in, same amount of milk in, stir or brew them for the same amount of time, put the same amount of sugar in. Everything is going to be the same, and I'm going to see which one I think is the best. And I want you guys to tell me which one you think is the best. Is it a north-south divide thing? I know most people north of the divide, Yorkshire tea all day long. I don't know. I just think the, what's it called? Can't think the word of it. It's hype, yeah, hype. It's just, there's so much hype about it. I just think the hype doesn't warrant. If it is better, it's not that much better, in my opinion. But we'll find out. Well, I'm going to find out in this video. Right, let's do some history first into the both of them. So let's do Yorkshire tea. History. No doubt we'll go on Wikipedia. Well, we could go on Yorkshire. Let's have a look on actual Yorkshire tea's website. Who are we? Our fam. Hang on. Well, that was then going to tell me, and that's gone on to... The first pot of Yorkshire tea was brewed up by us in the 1970s, but our story starts way back in 1886 when a man named Charles Taylor and his 2 sons set up a tea and coffee company by buying the best and carefully blending to suit the local water. C.E. Taylors and Sons became known for quality, winning a gold medal at the London Grocery Exhibition in 1896. Harrogate, Charles Taylor set up a tea and coffee kiosk in towns around Yorkshire and a flagship store at 1 Parliament Street, Harrogate. Known across the region as a destination for tea lovers. Today it's the home of our sister company, Betty's. That's my daughter's. No, well, isn't her name, but I call her Betty. While we keep the Taylor's tradition alive just across town at Pagoda House. Right. So it was actually, there's not a who, even though we're a little bigger today than we were in 1886, our independent values haven't changed. Yeah, okay. So that's a bit of history on Yorkshire tea. So it sounds like it originated from 1886. but the first pot of Yorkshire tea was brewed up by us in the 1970s. Okay, right, let's have a look at Tetley tea history, which is the one I normally buy as Tetley. I have had PG in the past, but I ended up, what we got here? Why ain't that brought anything up? Tetley tea history. But I've always sort of end up with, I will go on wiki on this one. I always sort of end up with Tetley. I do like Tetley. Right, but I'm going to be completely honest. If I think Yorkshire's better, I will say it's better. Right, Tetley is an English beverage manufacturer founded in 1837 in Yorkshire. Yorkshire? Well, it would be, wouldn't it? Tetley Tea Folk. It is the largest tea company in the UK and Canada, and the second largest in the United States by volume. Since 2000, Tetley has been a wholly owned subsidiary of Tata Consumer Products, or Tata Consumer Products, formerly Tata Global Beverages, making it the second largest manufacturer of teas in the world after Unilever. Right, here's a bit of history. In 1822, brothers Joseph and Edward Tetley sold salt from a pack horse in Huddersfield, Yorkshire, England. They started to sell tea and were so successful they set up as Joseph Tetley and Co. tea merchants in 1837. Relocating to London in 1856, they formed Joseph Tetley and Company Wholesale Tea Dealers in partnership with Joseph Auckland. In 1952, and in an early example of cross-promotion, Petula Clark's single "Any Time is Tea Time Now" was used to advertise Tetley on Radio Luxembourg. Tetley was the first company to sell tea in tea bags in the United Kingdom in 1953. In 1989, following extensive consumer tests establishing Britain's preferences, Tetley launched the round tea bag. I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. They were all square up until then. In 1973, the Tetley Company was acquired by J. Lyons & Co. to form Lyons Tetley. Following mergers, Lyons became part of Allied Lyons and then Allied Domec or something. That's a weird name. DOMECQ. Can't even begin to pronounce that. Right, I think that'll just about do for that. Now, I think it's time I fired up the kettle and got it behind me so we can do some taste testing. Oh. Right guys, here we are. I've got a bit of a load of gear on here, but basically glass of water to no contamination between tastes, so clear the palate. We've got some sugar, some milk, which I will put the same amount of milk in, same amount of sugar using this measuring thing. I've got 2 spoons, one each for each of the cups of tea in glass mugs so you can see the colours and the strengths. And then one to take the tea bag out and, do whatever with. Right, and now we've got the tea. Now, I've got some Tetley, which I have had, how many is that? 240 bags in there, and that is probably about half empty, and I have 1 cup of tea a day. I have a cup of black tea in the mornings when I first get up in the mornings. Black tea, it's the only time I drink tea. I just have 1 a day, so that's probably, 3-4 months old, that bag. And before that, I had a box of Tetley tea. Now, this Tetley tea is brand new. It's got still in its seal, so let's somehow open that up, and as usual I'll have a nightmare getting into it. Oh, hang on, we'll wait. Let's get that off there. There we are. Stick that down there. Right. Just reboil the kettle. It's literally just boiled about a minute ago, so that shouldn't take too long. I've got a bowl there to put the empty tea bags in. Right, okay. Now I'm going to just move some stuff first. We'll get that over there, that water. Now I want to try and get the same amount of water in each so we'll take the spoons out. Can you see? Yeah, you can see them still. Right, here we go. I have not got Boo Boo in the room because this video would be absolutely disastrous if he decided to jump on it. Right, let's go. Let's get some water in the cups. I'll just do a bit at a time. Right, I think just a tad more in that one. Right, there we are, that's that. We've got the water in. Let's just mop that up. Now, I'm going to drop the tea bag in exactly the same time. So we've got Tetley to that side, Yorkshire that side, Tetley this side. Ready? Here we go. Bosh. Now, I don't know how long. I like my tea really strong, like properly strong. So, actually, I've never actually stood and watched a cup of tea brew. I've never had, this is the first time I used these mugs, so it's going to be quite interesting to see what happens if one brews before the other, if you know what I mean. Or quicker. Now, my impressions of Yorkshire tea were it's not quite as strong as Tetley tea. And that might be why I prefer Tetley, because I do like a strong cup of tea and coffee. I like them strong. I think there's no point drinking them if they're not strong. And I wonder if the actual flavour of Yorkshire is better than Tetley, but because I would much prefer a stewed cup of tea than a weak cup of tea. I actually don't mind stewed tea. I quite like it. In fact, most cups of tea I have are stewed because I put the tea in the bag and then I mess around doing stuff, and 10 minutes has gone sometimes before I get the bag out. So I'm definitely no tea connoisseur. I'm definitely no tea connoisseur. Right, what have we got going on here now? Yeah, I think looking at this, the Tetley one is definitely brewing quicker than the Yorkshire tea one. Now, I don't know whether it's because the tea bag is floating on the top and this one is sort of halfway down and all the tea is gathering underneath the bag. I don't really want to time lapse the video. I want to keep it real time so no one can say, you know, oh, you took that bag out, you've edited that. I want to keep it real time, so we're just going to have to bear with and let this brew. I mean, I probably will give them a stir in a minute to finish them off. But I want them to mainly just brew themselves so we can sort of have a look. I mean, without a doubt, the Tetley one, it's nearly there, I'd say. Whereas this one, it just don't seem to be brewing. Who still uses a teapot? Who still uses tea leaves? Do anyone use tea leaves now? Surely they can't, can they? They wouldn't be watching this video if they do, would they? Well, without a doubt, the Tetley is brewing faster. I'm sure once I give it a stir, that will come up to the same colour as this. But we'll see in a minute. Boo Boo's outside, he's wanting to come in. It's no way he's coming in. No way. Right guys, I think I'm nearly at the point where I'm just got to give them a stir to finish them off. But there we go. That's where they are before I stirred them. So for me, this is the definite clear winner at the moment. Right, here we go. Let's give them a stir. Right, I'm going to pull them out now because that Tetley one does look like it's on the way to being stewed. And I really don't want to stir them for this test. But they're close now. They are very close. I think the Tetley's just a little bit darker. The Tetley's just a little bit darker, which is probably why I prefer it, I think. Or I think I prefer it. Because like I say, I do like strong tea. Now, I want them to come up the top so I can nab hold of them, really. I don't think a few seconds has got to matter, is it? You're not got to hammer me for, oh, you took that one out 2 seconds before the other one. Right, don't mix the spoons up. Oh, we got a drop in there. Oh. Right, here we go. So first test is taste them as they are. I am pretty asbestosy mouthed, so. Oh, that's strong. That's almost stewed, that is. That probably is stewed for a lot of people. Right. That's fairly strong. It's got... That's not bad, actually. Let's try that again. There ain't a lot between them, to be honest. There ain't a lot between them. If I had to pick one, I just slightly lean to Tetley, I think. On the black tea. Right, let's get some milk in. Now, I've drunk a lot out, so I don't want to be putting too much milk in. One of them, probably. Yeah, that's enough. That's enough, because I like strong tea. I mean, the only reason I have black tea is because I fast every day till about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I don't have anything calorific up until that time. So I don't want anything triggering an insulin response. And so that's why I don't have milk or anything in my tea or coffee. So now let's try it. Now you can see I've put the same amount of milk in. I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but the Tetley is just slightly stronger. It's a darker colour. Now if I was making a cup of tea, I probably would want it that colour. That's a bit too strong with milk in for me. But let's try it. Let's try them now, because I did before, well, yeah, I don't have, if I have milk in it, I don't have sugar in it. So this is how I would have tea if I had milk in it. I'll tell you what, I can see now, it tastes better with milk in that one. When I had that previous pack, every bag was used up black tea. I never had it with milk. And I actually do think that one tastes better with milk in it than that one. I'm going to just do that again before I put sugar in it. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, I can get it now. I can see it. Right, okay. Now, I think I'm just got to put one sugar. When I did have tea, with sugar in, I stopped having that 30 years ago. It's around about 30 years ago. But I used to have 2 sugars in a mug of tea and a mug of coffee. So I'm just put one in these, because I reckon that'll take us to about equivalent of 2. Right. Let's give them a stir. Right, here we go. Let's try this one first. Blimey heck. All I taste is sugar. Yeah, See, when you don't have sugar in tea and then you have sugar in tea, it's such a dominant flavour. There isn't really a lot I can say about that. Let's just have one more go. Well, to be honest, they taste fairly similar with sugar in. Right, let's finish this up like this. They taste similar. Right, okay. I'm going to wrap this video up now. So basically, what we've got here is Tetley brews quicker than Yorkshire. And when I took the tea bags out, you could clearly see the Tetley was stronger than the Yorkshire. And you could also see that when the milk went in as well. Now, when it was black, because I do like strong tea, and this is why I think probably most people prefer Yorkshire tea. I don't think most people like their tea like stupidly strong to the point of stewing it, whereas I do. So I prefer, only just though, but I prefer the Tetley as black tea. But when the milk went in, and that's semi-skim milk, by the way, fresh, bought yesterday, so it's fresh semi-skim milk. That almost brought the flavour out. The flavour of that sort of intensified with the milk. It's almost like they developed this with that in mind. Like, as they tried to develop that to work with the milk, where this one hasn't. When the sugar went in, to be honest, they tasted pretty much the same. The sugar was just too overpowering. So I put that to one side. So overall, I think overall, Yorkshire tea is just slightly better as an overall package. But because I do only have 1 cup of tea in the morning, first thing in the morning when I get up, stupid old clock I get up every morning, kettle go on and I have 1 cup of black tea. And I think for that reason, just because that slightly edges it, and I love a strong cup of tea, Tetley for that. But as an overall package, I think Yorkshire just shades it. It just shades it. But one thing's for certain, guys. I think one thing I have proved to myself here, all this hype that this is way, way better than everything else, is hype. There's not that much in it. There is not that much in it. For me, that's my opinion. I don't think there's that much in it. It might be better for some, but it's not way better. It's not. If this was half, or if this was half the price of that, would people who rave about this still go out and pay twice the money? If that was twice the cost, if 100 bags of that was twice the cost of 100 bags of that, would they still go out and buy this? Would you? If you're somebody watching this and you absolutely love this, but this was twice the cost of that, would you still buy this? Because that's the real test, isn't it? If the answer to that is yes, then for you, without a doubt, this is, the hype is real for you. This really is that much better. But for me, if this was half the price of this, I would buy this. from a black tea in the mornings. The difference isn't enough to warrant me paying twice the money. So for me, it's very much like that. That shades it on the black tea just slightly, but that definitely come out of itself when you added the milk. Without a doubt, that transformed that. Absolutely transformed it. It almost changed the flavour of it. Whereas this, it was just like that plus the milk, how you'd expect, and this just sort of, it like almost reacted with the milk and brought another flavour out for me. Weird, and a nice flavour. So I can see why people really like that tea. But for me, it's definitely overhyped. It's not as far out ahead of the competition as everyone say it is. So there we go, guys. That's it. Get in the comments. Which one is your favourite? Yorkshire tea or Tetley tea? And would you pay more money for that tea than that one? Or vice versa? Let me know in the comments. Right guys, there we go. That is another head-to-head video. If you enjoyed the video or any other of my videos, like the food reviews, the energy awareness, or Boo Boo messing around doing his little cat treat food reviews, if you like any of them and you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. It really does help the channel, and it will help me hit my personal goals for the channel, which will then trigger me into digging into the old pocket and buying some more equipment to try and make the production quality a little bit better. So yeah, that would really help if you could do that. Also like, comment as well. Let me know, what do you think of this? Really, let me know. Also, should PG tips be on this table as well? So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll catch me and no doubt the custard kid outside, Boo Boo, again soon on another video. Take care guys.